we catch up with Tomas Acosta, a musician and artist who just released a new EP under the name Personal Hell. So, Tomas, on the new record, One, you played all of the instruments guitar, bass, and drums. What inspired you to do this record?
Well, it was just kind of born out of necessity, like I'm a pretty active musician. I'm playing a couple bands, played Moxie B, and and once shows stopped happening, once I stopped putting on shows and stuff like that, it's kind of I had a lot of downtime, and I was off of work like a lot of us for about 2 months at the beginning of this whole thing. So I would just watch TV and sit on the couch and with a guitar and write some songs down. And eventually I had so many, I said, why not go try and record these? And I did. And it just keeps, I don't know, it keeps getting more and more in a way. Like I didn't expect it to go this far, but I'm glad it did because I kind of worked through some stuff through it.
So, what's the theme of this record? What is this record about?
It's not necessarily like a COVID record or like a quarantine record or an isolation thing. But I mean, all those things, that I'm a normal person, just like everyone watching this is, and all that stuff's been going through everybody's head. So it's only natural some of the stuff I write about relates to that, and I feel like a lot of it is it's a record of like grief and stuff too. I lost my father 5 years ago in February. So that's every time that rolls around, a holiday or a birthday, it's kind of rough. But like I think I finally with slowing down and like the kind of stoppage of this all, I feel like I finally like contextualized a lot of stuff of my grieving, with the isolation and stuff like that. And I kind of I mean, I don't think it's a thing you ever really get over per se, but I feel like I was able to put my, with the stoppage and everything, I was able to put my head in a better place. And I'm thankful for that. And so I've just been trying to be productive while I go through this, just like everyone else, I mean, and some days you don't want to be productive, some days you do, whatever. But I mean, it's helped me to write these songs kind of like a diary almost. So this is what this has kind of turned out to be for me.
It's tight.
And, you know, I mean, I feel like the stuff I've been thinking about for 5 years is a lot of stuff that people are thinking about now, whether they know it or not, really, because everyone's grieving how things used to be, and it kind of is almost, it's at a point where I think we need to we need to get ready for how things are now, like how things are going to be after all this and during all this.
What's behind the name of the project, Personal Hell?
That kind of all ties into it. I was kind of being kind of funny, kind of personal, like private, like one person kind of thing. But it all kind of made sense because a lot of this is like people are legitimately going through like hell, and and it's kind of just like letting people know that like same here, and like I feel like we need to be more open to talking about that kind of stuff and letting people know, like, even though I look happy or something, when you see me or happy on social media, I may be going through stuff that you don't know about, or, and it's like, people are sitting at home and there's nothing with their thoughts, nothing, but, and sometimes when all that stuff isn't good, it's not very good. So I'm just trying to work through a lot of my stuff and help people along the way, if that makes any sense.
Uh, for sure. So this new record, it kind of sounds like a heavy My Bloody Valentine and some other stuff. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, about your influences?
Yeah, I would say kind of like, shoegaze-ish, alternative rock, grunge-ish, I guess. I mean, it's all stuff that I've like been listening to for a really long time and like growing up and stuff. And me coming from like a hardcore background and a punk rock background, I mean, I don't think it's too far removed from punk. I mean, other people might say it is, or other might people say it isn't. But I mean, this is stuff I like enjoy to listen to, when it's not all the way full, like full aggressiveness. But like I'm really just trying to pull from like different places because I don't want to get stuck in too much of one thing. Just kind of, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of helps it keep it kind of fresh. So I'm taking stuff from like slower genres and more spacey stuff and more rocking stuff, and just kind of mixing it all together, kind of making it my own thing. And it's really weird playing by yourself and kind of figuring stuff out on the fly because you're not bouncing ideas off of anyone. I'm just really just kind of recording stuff and hearing it and kind of figuring it out, you know. And eventually, I want to play with people. Like that's the goal, and that's I don't want to be just I don't want to be a singer songwriter. That's not me. And like I want this to be like a band, and it's going to be. But like for now, the safer thing is just to keep it to myself and write and do as much as I can.
Nice. So, lastly, how can people listen to the record?
They can check it out. It's on Bandcamp. It's on the Ethospine Noise Bandcamp, and it's on the Personal Hell Bandcamp. Ethospine Noise is ethospinenoise.bandcamp.com. Personal Hell is your personal hell.bandcamp.com. And it's also on Spotify, Apple Music, and all those other streaming sources. Yeah.
Sweet. Any last words before we head out?
I just feel like um, it's just important to know that nothing really happens in the vacuum, and no matter how small your world is, I mean, someone's always going through maybe the same thing as you. So sometimes it's good to, you know, let people know what you're going through, and maybe you guys can relate and get through it together. That's the end goal, I think, of this all, is to try to get stuff through this life, with people. So I mean, if this helps me talk to people about some problems, and that's cool. But like it's been really therapeutic for me, and that's cool. And I've enjoyed it.
Nice. Well, thank you, Tomas, for sharing, your project and a behind the scenes look about, what went down. So, well, I hope to see you soon and stay safe, bro. And talk.
Yeah, everybody, wash your hands.